Have you ever heard of a king blessed with the gift of wisdom, yet whose many marriages led to his downfall? This is the story of Solomon, the wisest, richest, and most powerful king in biblical history. He made Israel great, but his love for women clouded his judgment, leading to his eventual decline. Solomon was born in the heart of Jerusalem, the cherished son of King David and Bathsheba. His birth was seen as a sign of divine forgiveness, following the tumultuous events surrounding David and Bathsheba's union. Under the guidance of the wise prophet Nathan, young Solomon was groomed for greatness. Though not the firstborn, Solomon was chosen to inherit the throne, a decision supported by Nathan's strategic counsel. At the age of 15, Solomon became king, aware of the threats that loomed over his reign. God granted Solomon immense wisdom, enabling him to build a prosperous and influential kingdom. Yet, his harem, a lush garden of 700 wives and 300 concubines from every corner of the known world, became his undoing. Princesses from Egypt with mysterious eyes, ladies from Moab, and women from Ammon, Edom, and Sidon, each with their own stories and dreams, were woven into Solomon's magnificent court. This vast collection of marriages turned Solomon's palace into a labyrinth of political intrigue and fragile alliances. Each union not only solidified peace, but also brought foreign gods and customs, challenging the pure faith of Israel. Was this harem of 1,000 women the reason for Solomon's decline? In this video, we will delve into Solomon's journey from his incredible wisdom to his eventual downfall. Was he truly able to control the forces that led to his ruin? What were the consequences of his reign for Israel? Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of these captivating stories. Let's start in ancient Jerusalem, around 990 BC, where a new prince was born, Solomon, meaning peaceful and friend of God. His story began under a shadowy cloud, the adulterous relationship between his parents, King David and Bathsheba. David had arranged for Bathsheba's husband, Uriah the Hittite, to be killed in battle to cover up their affair. Although God's eyes were not blind to this, he forgave David, and from this reconciliation, Solomon was born, a symbol of peace between heaven and earth. Growing up, Solomon was mentored by the prophet Nathan, who saw extraordinary potential in him. Nathan, aware of Solomon's precarious position as the younger son and the dark secret of his parents' adultery, subtly influenced King David to name Solomon as his successor. As David neared death, he affirmed Solomon as the rightful heir. At just 15 years old, Solomon knew his reign was fraught with danger. He undertook a ruthless purge to eliminate potential threats, starting with Joab, David's chief general, and then Adonijah, who had claimed the throne. This ruthless consolidation of power marked Solomon's rise. Solomon's strategic vision extended beyond internal politics. He formed an alliance with Egypt by marrying Pharaoh's daughter, strengthening his kingdom through international relations. This union, adorned in silks and jewels, was a success. But Solomon's belief that marrying powerful women would expand his influence became his fatal flaw. As Solomon's kingdom prospered, he was blessed with unparalleled wisdom in a divine dream. When God asked what he wanted, Solomon humbly requested the ability to govern with discernment. Pleased by his selflessness, God granted him unparalleled wisdom, making him renowned across nations. Solomon's wisdom was famously tested when two women claimed to be the mother of the same baby. Solomon proposed to divide the child in two, revealing the true mother's love and thus saving the child. His judgment was celebrated throughout Israel, showcasing his divine gift. Despite his wisdom and the grandeur of his reign, Solomon's later years were marred by the very alliances that once fortified his kingdom. His many marriages introduced foreign gods and practices, leading Israel away from its faith. This religious compromise and his increasing indulgence led to political instability. To achieve his ambitious building projects, Solomon imposed forced labor on his subjects. The Temple of Jerusalem. Solomon is famed for building the first temple, a lavish structure that took 7 years to complete. It was adorned with gold, precious stones, and fine woods, symbolizing his devotion and resources. The temple left a lasting legacy on Jewish culture and religious practice. It became a model for future places of worship and played a crucial role in the religious identity of the Jewish people. Solomon maintained a large number of chariots and horses, indicative of his military strength and wealth. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses, which he stationed in cities specifically for them. Solomon received 666 talents of gold annually, which is approximately 25 tons. In today's market, this would be valued at around $1.5 billion per year, assuming gold prices of roughly $60,000 per kilogram. While Solomon's court enjoyed luxury, many of his subjects lived in poverty. The stark economic divide between the king's wealth and the common people's hardships led to social unrest and criticism of his rule. This heavy burden eventually led to discontent among the Israelites, contributing to the division of the kingdom after his death. The biblical narrative suggests that Solomon's later years were marked by a decline in his spiritual and moral state, as he turned away from his faith due to the influence of his many foreign wives. This spiritual decline could metaphorically reflect a decline in his overall well-being. It is commonly assumed that Solomon died of natural causes due to old age. Given his long reign and the lack of mention of any violent death, it is likely that he passed away peacefully. Solomon's death brought profound consequences for Israel. The kingdom, once united and powerful, faced division and strife. Solomon's legacy is a cautionary tale of how wisdom and wealth can be overshadowed by personal weaknesses. His reign teaches us about the complexities of leadership, the impact of personal desires on public duty, and the fragile balance between power and faith. When King Solomon died, his son Rehoboam became king. But instead of bringing people together, Rehoboam's decisions led to trouble. The northern tribes weren't happy with how he ruled, so they broke away and formed their own kingdom, called Israel. Rehoboam kept control of the southern part, which became known as Judah. This split created two separate kingdoms where there had once been one. King Solomon's legacy is a complex tapestry woven from his achievements and shortcomings. His wisdom and wealth established him as one of the most influential figures in biblical history. Yet, his personal decisions, including his foreign marriages and the consequent religious shifts, played a crucial role in the eventual division of his kingdom. Solomon's reign serves as a cautionary tale about the interplay between personal desires and public duty. His story illustrates how even the greatest leaders can be overshadowed by their personal weaknesses and the consequences of their decisions. The division of the kingdom after his death underscores the fragility of power and the impact of leadership choices on the stability of a nation. The division of the kingdom after Solomon's death and the subsequent struggles of his successors reflect the profound impact of Solomon's choices on Israel's history. His story invites reflection on the balance between power and responsibility, and the enduring lessons of leadership and legacy. Thank you for joining us on this comprehensive exploration of King Solomon's life and legacy. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more fascinating historical stories.